Hey, Liam. How are you?
Hey, Emma. I'm good. How about you?
I'm good too. Actually, I was thinking about something while walking, and I think I just discovered the most frustrating part of listening to English.
What's that?
I understand you perfectly when you speak clearly like this, but put me in a real conversation with someone I don't know, with a different accent or fast speech, and suddenly I'm only catching every third word.
Even when you already know the vocabulary?
That's the crazy part. I know the words, but when someone connects them or speaks naturally, I can lose the whole sentence and start doubting my English.
That's extremely common among learners, but you're actually listening for the wrong thing.
What should I be listening for instead?
Don't try to catch every single word. Listen for the keywords and the overall shape of the sentence.
So I don't need to understand 100% of every sound.
Not at all, and I'll prove it right now. I'll give you a sentence spoken like a textbook lesson, and then I'll say it naturally with reductions, connected speech, and real rhythm.
And my job is just to recover the meaning?
Exactly. Once you stop stressing over every single syllable, you focus on the information that actually matters.
So instead of capturing the entire sentence perfectly, I focus on what the person is communicating.
Precisely. Let's practice that right now.
Why does trying to understand every single word cause so many problems?
Because natural English doesn't arrive one clearly separated word at a time. Words blend together, unstressed sounds get weaker, and the key information is only carried by a few core words.
So if I try to catch every tiny sound, I can lose the whole sentence.
Exactly. If someone says, "I'm going to grab some coffee before we head out," what pieces do you actually need?
Just coffee, before, and head out.
Right. You instantly know they're grabbing coffee before leaving, even if you didn't hear every single sound clearly.
I think I do the opposite. Whenever I miss a single word, my brain panics and gets stuck trying to figure out what it was.
And while you're mentally solving that puzzle, the other person keeps talking.
Exactly. So now I haven't just missed one word, I've lost the next 3 sentences too.
That's why you have to learn to let missing words go. If it isn't essential to the main idea, ignore it and keep moving.
That's hard because my perfectionist brain wants to complete the puzzle immediately.
I know, but real listening isn't about solving every puzzle on the spot. It's about staying connected to the message.
Okay, let's test this. Give me a natural example.
All right, I'm going to grab some coffee before we head out.
I caught coffee before and head out.
And what does that mean?
You want to grab a coffee before we leave.
Exactly. See? You didn't need to catch every single syllable.
If I saw that written down, I'd understand every word instantly.
And that's why real listening feels so tricky. Your reading brain recognizes the text perfectly, but your listening brain has to decode how those words behave when spoken naturally.
So I actually know the English. My ears just need to get used to how people pronounce it in the real world.
Precisely. And that becomes even more important when you start dealing with different accents.
Okay, let's test this. Give me a natural sentence.
All right. I'm gonna grab some coffee before we head out.
I caught coffee before and head out.
And what's the core message?
You want to get coffee before we leave.
Exactly. You understood the entire message without needing to catch every single syllable.
If that were written on paper, I'd read it effortlessly.
That's the difference. Your reading brain recognizes the words instantly, but your listening brain has to adapt to how those words blend and shift in real speech.
So the vocabulary is already in my head. My ears just need practice with how people actually speak in the real world.
Precisely. And that makes all the difference when you start dealing with different accents.
Is that why different accents make me feel like I'm hearing a completely different language?
Exactly. But remember, a different accent doesn't mean different English.
It's still the exact same words in grammar.
Right. The vocabulary and meaning are familiar, but the rhythm, vowel sounds, and intonation change.
So my brain expects one sound pattern, gets a different one, and instantly freezes?
Precisely. And that slows down your recognition, especially if you've only ever heard that word pronounced one specific way.
That explains so much. Sometimes someone says a word and I think, I've never heard that before, only to realize later it was a word I already use every day.
See? You didn't have a vocabulary problem at all. You just had a recognition problem.
That's honestly a huge relief.
It really is, because recognition is a skill you can easily train.
So when I hear an unfamiliar accent, what should I actually do?
Follow a simple three-step method. Catch the key words, use the context, and reconstruct the meaning.
Can we try that right now?
Absolutely. Imagine we're getting ready to go somewhere, and someone says, "You want to grab something to eat before we head over?" What key words do you catch?
Grab, something, eat, head over.
Great. Now look at the context. We're about to leave. What's the reconstructed meaning?
They're asking if I want to eat something before we head out to our destination.
Spot on. You captured the full message without needing a clean transcript of every syllable.
So real listening is like gathering clues rather than expecting a perfect script.
Exactly. In real everyday conversations, you listen for the clues that reveal the message, not a word-for-word playback.
I think I've always felt like using context was somehow cheating. Like if I don't catch every single word, I haven't really understood the English.
That's a huge misconception. Context isn't cheating. It's one of the most powerful tools your brain has.
So if I'm at an airport or a restaurant, the situation itself does half the listening work?
Exactly. At an airport, you already expect topics like gates, flights, boarding, or luggage. That instantly narrows down the possibilities.
So I shouldn't listen as if sentences exist in total isolation.
Right. Combine the setting, the speaker's tone, the previous sentence, and the keywords. All those clues work together to give you the full picture.
Okay, let's make this realistic. Imagine I'm in a noisy cafe. Music is playing and the barista is speaking fast.
That's the exact situation where learners panic and think their English vanished.
What would they actually say?
In a slow lesson, you'd hear "for here" or "to go." But in real life, with connected speech, it sounds like "for here to go."
Wow, that sounds completely different.
It does. But look at the context. You're at the counter, right? After ordering, what could they possibly be asking?
Whether I want to stay or take it with me.
Exactly. The sounds are compressed, but the context instantly fills in the blanks.
So instead of panicking when words sound blurred, I just ask myself what makes sense in that situation.
Precisely. That's not a shortcut. That's how natural real-world listening actually works.
What if I'm in a noisy place and miss an important word?
Keep listening. If someone says, "Your order should be ready in about 10 minutes," but you only catch "order, ready, 10 minutes," you still got the message.
So if I catch the nouns, verbs, numbers, and times, I can reconstruct the whole idea.
Exactly. You don't need a word-for-word transcript. You just need the message. If you stop to chase one missing word, you sacrifice the next 10 seconds of conversation.
What about when words seem to completely disappear?
That happens constantly in natural speech. In a sentence like, "Did you get a chance to see it?" the small grammatical words get compressed and blend together. You might only hear "get," "chance," "see it."
If I expect every word to have equal strength, like in written English, I'll panic.
Right. Spoken English has rhythm, reductions, and connected speech. That gap between the written form and the spoken sound becomes even bigger when you encounter different accents.
So, when I hear an unfamiliar accent, should I slow down and analyze the pronunciation?
No! Don't fight the accent. Your job isn't to diagnose why their vowels sound different. Your job is to understand what they're communicating.
So, instead of thinking, I can't understand this person, I should ask, what did I catch?
Exactly. That shifts your mindset from failure to progress. Once you catch a few key words, your brain uses the context to predict the rest.
How does prediction work in real life?
If someone at a restaurant says, "Could you pass me the..." Your brain already predicts words like salt, water, or menu. Listening is an active guessing game, not passive waiting.
Let's test this with a challenging situation.
All right, imagine you're at a busy event with background noise, and someone says casually with an unfamiliar rhythm, "I was only supposed to be in town for a couple of days, but I ended up staying longer because I really liked the place."
I caught supposed to be in town, couple of days, staying longer, and liked the place. So they planned a short trip, loved the city, and decided to extend their stay.
Spot on. You missed some sounds, but you followed the entire story.
And what if I truly miss something crucial and context isn't enough?
Just ask for clarification. Say, "Sorry, what was that?" Or, "Sorry, I didn't catch the last part." Even native speakers do that every day in noisy environments.
That's liberating. Asking for clarification isn't bad English, it's just normal communication.
Exactly. The best listeners aren't the ones with flawless hearing. They're the ones who know how to recover when they miss something.
This completely changes how I practice. I'll stop testing myself on every single word and start listening for the story.
That's the real shift. Train your ears to catch keywords, trust the context, and let the conversation flow.
Now I understand how to follow real speech, but what about keeping the conversation going from my side without getting stuck?
That's our next video, the framework behind natural English fluency. We'll show you the exact 4-step framework to connect your ideas effortlessly.
I'm clicking that right now. See you in the next lesson.
See you there. Bye.